Hi, I'm Sterling, and you're learning American English with me. And what I want to do is some videos to help you remember English language idioms, because English is full of like all kinds of expressions that don't really make sense if you interpret them word for word, literally. Spanish has some as well. I'm not too sure, but I still have the feeling that English has more of them, because Spanish to me feels like a more precise language. You don't beat around the bush when you speak Spanish. You like that? I just used one. You don't beat around the bush when you speak Spanish, because you're a straight shooter. When you speak Spanish, you speak like a straight shooter. We'll think about what that means in a minute. Have you ever been really happy with something? I mean, something you just got, something you just got that you really wanted, and you were just tickled pink. Do you know what it is to be tickled pink? Uh, Tickling apparently is hacer cosquillas. It's a phrase I had to look up in Spanish, because my Spanish vocabulary is still growing. Uh, Apparently, in Spanish, you make tickles, hacer cosquillas. In English, you don't make tickles. There's a verb for it. You tickle. You apply your fingers to the stomach area of a person to make them laugh. You tickle them. I guess if you make them really, really happy, they turn pink. And then they're just thrilled. That means they're tickled pink. They're really happy. If you're tickled pink, you're extremely happy. You could be so happy that you're on cloud nine. Now, on a day like today, I just looked outside. There's no clouds, so you can't take that literally. There's not cloud one, cloud two, cloud three. And how do you number the clouds? I don't know. Where is cloud nine? That's a good question. But cloud nine is the best cloud to be on. Nine, why is it the number nine? I don't know. And some of these might have an equivalent in Spanish. I don't know if there's a nube número nuevo. Is there an expression like this if you're really happy? I'm not sure that there is. But if you're really happy, once you've been tickled pink, you might be on cloud nine. But if you're not feeling very well, you could be under the weather. And of course, that makes a little bit of sense, because if you never went inside and you were always outside, when the rain starts, you'd be wet all the time. You definitely would be under the weather. And in the summer, when there's no rain and it's always sunny, you'd be getting a sunburn, you would be under the weather. Both of those things would make you feel bad. So being under the weather, I suppose, means you feel bad because of the circumstances around you. It's not rocket science to figure these things out. But some of them are kind of puzzling, but it's not rocket science. Because to design a rocket to go to Mars or to the moon or something requires a knowledge of physics, maybe chemistry, and how rocket fuels are made. But that's rocket science. But if something's pretty simple in English, we say that's not rocket science. You don't need a PhD degree in physics to figure that out. Let me see. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Because you can't get a PhD in physics if you have no brain. The Wizard of Oz, there was the straw man. The straw man had no brain. There was the lion who had no heart. No. The Tin Man. Yeah, the Tin Man had no heart. The lion had no courage. And the straw man had no brain. That's a no-brainer. If you're at least as intelligent as the straw man who is able to walk around and be aware of himself, he could figure easy things out. So that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Is there anything you've had a lot of difficulty quitting? You have a bad habit, maybe drinking, smoking, anything like that? Well, they say the only way to quit is to quit cold turkey. Cold turkey. What does a cold turkey have to do with quitting a bad habit? A turkey is warm when it's alive, but after it's killed, so that it can become your meal, if you're going to bake a turkey for your dinner, then it warms up again. But now it's just turkey meat. It's not a turkey anymore. The only time the turkey is cold is when it's in the refrigerator or the freezer or wherever you're keeping it before it's cooked. So I do not understand the relationship between cold turkey and stopping a bad habit. I can't help you there. Did anyone ever tell you a secret that you weren't supposed to tell and you spilled the beans? Spilling the beans. If you spilled the beans, it makes a mess on the floor. You have to clean up the mess. But it wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret. The beans were on the table and then you spilled them on the floor. It only makes a mess if they're like cooked beans, like frijoles. That would make a mess on the floor. If they're raw beans, they wouldn't make a mess. But neither one of those things, I don't understand this one either. The beans spilling on the floor, how are they associated with a secret? It's beyond me. Being in a pickle. In a pickle. Do you know what is a pickle? I might have to explain to you some of you what is a pickle, because pickles are hard to find in Mexico. Pickle is how do you say? It's a cucumber in vinegar. I think it's a pepinillo. Pepinillo in vinagre, if I got that word right. Pepinillo in vinagre. And maybe you see pickle. Maybe they use the word pickle on the labels of things, because we have bought some pickles at Sam's Club. They have huge jars of dill pickles. We like sweet pickles, but the only kind of pickle you can get in Mexico is a dill pickle, or a semi-sweet dill pickle, which is nothing like a sweet pickle. Sweet pickles, you can just eat them out of the jar. They're sweet, they taste great. You can't buy sweet pickles in Mexico. I don't know why, but if you're in a pickle, you're in a jam. Being in a pickle, being in a jam, it's the same thing. It's a bad situation to be in a pickle. And I could understand how bad it would be to be in a pickle, because a pickle is made of some very hard, solid substance, and getting out of it would be difficult. Getting out of jam would also be difficult, because jam is very sticky. Jam is very much like jelly, but jam still has the fruit in it. Like, for example, strawberry jelly is just the jelly. The fruit has been removed. Strawberry jam still has the original strawberries in it. I prefer strawberry jam when I make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is actually peanut butter and jam sandwich. But if you're in trouble, something's holding you back, I guess. So that's why it's hard to get out of a jam. It's even hard to get out of a pickle than it is to get out of a jam. But as far as what these words mean, they both mean getting out of a bad situation. That hits the nail right on the head. Do you know about hitting the nail on the head? If you have a hammer, you have to drive a nail into the wood. You have to hit the nail dead center You have to hit the nail dead center with a hammer. If you don't, the nail bends. So that's what happens in real life. If you're exactly right, you're doing things exactly right, you hit the nail on the head. The nail goes right in. Perfect job. You hit the nail on the head. I think I got to stop there because I already had to record this video twice because I ran up on 15 minutes. No, I only have 10 minutes and 30 seconds, but that's okay. I'm going to stop anyway because people don't like to watch videos that are more than like 10 or 11 minutes long. I'm coming right up on 11 minutes. So I'll catch you all in the next idiom video. Bye for a short time.